firewall off, this whole body section off, which it mounts to the frame and stuff. So we gotta pull this up, and we're gonna have to reuse parts of the firewall, but that body's a lot smaller, and also the wheelbase is a lot different and stuff. So let's just get straight into, firewall, just because it's bugging me being on the side. That's gonna be remounted anyways. This engine does run. It ain't got a battery on it right now, so I mean it technically doesn't run, but it does run. The headers on this thing, they look pristine. That's all. We also made a deal with the customer so we could keep the price down a little bit of how much this is going to cost to do this custom project. So we're actually, if you know from the last video, if you watched that, all the engine, transmission, wiring, and that frame off that other thing, we get to keep that. So we're gonna make that into a videos project too. So we're gonna be turning that into like a dune buggy type thing. So if you want to see that, stick around and make sure you subscribe to the channel. This project will be done first before we start on that one, because this is a paid job. That's not a paid job. That's just a little fun project on the side. Surprisingly, for this area, this stuff isn't that badly rusted. There are some rust holes over there, but like, using my hand as a hammer, so that's all I just said. You know what? I don't have a hammer on me. Let me go grab a hammer real fast. We are losing daylight, guys. That's how you get these off, because they get these little gears on them, and they end up rusting on. Sometimes you just gotta be like that. Sometimes you have to be aggressive with stuff. Sometimes it won't come off unless you are aggressive. We're here and do a little bit of work, so we have the lighting from the sun. One-4 inch self-tapper. So we got 2 ground wires, what it looks like. That's what I believe it is. Sorry about the noise in the background. Somebody's yelling. So it's got a choke on it. So it's not automatic choke, which would be nice to have. But I mean, it's not necessary. It's a privilege. Don't know if you guys can see the radiator. Yep, you can see the radiator right there. Because it just is. That it just gets on my nerves. Like other times this custom stuff could be awesome. Like people could have done it very professionally. And sometimes people just do stuff super janky. And also I hate these stupid hoses, man. Like, why can't they just come off easier sometimes, you know? Well, this thing might have water in it. Oh no, that's coolant. So I'm wondering, does this I didn't even check. Does this radiator have coolant in it? Oh god. I thought it was been empty. It's got coolant in it. Oh, I'm gonna leave that tube on there for now. That ain't even connected to nothing. All right, guys, new day, and I don't completely remember what we were working on. Were we doing something with the fuel line? I think we were up in the dash. Let me go move y'all guys up there. Yeah, let me start getting these cables and stuff off, so I'm gonna grab a pair of pliers. So it looks like we got just a screw holding it in right there, Phillips screw holding it in right there, as well as a Phillips screw right there. But I'm gonna have to take this air filter off. Get to that screw. Carburetor looks brand new. I'm talking like brand new. All right, that should be loose enough to get that guy through. Now let's loosen him up over here, because he is definitely riding pretty tight over here. Buddy, can you move now? I just need to get it to open up enough where I can get this thing to pull myself on out. I can't tell what he's grabbing one. There we go. Now that's on out there. Let's tighten these guys back on up. Fuel regulator. And see, if you're running an electric fuel pump, let me get the camera more focused in the middle towards that. So we have a fuel regulator right here, so you can adjust your fuel pressure and stuff. Okay, right? If you're running an electric fuel pump and not just a manual one, I actually do recommend having a fuel regulator, because the electric pumps on that's only on a carbureted engine. So I mean, you're gonna have an electric fuel pump on a EFI engine, but you know what? I think it unbolts from here. That'd make it easier. I can just leave that bracket on. Just gonna leave that. Wow, that's annoying. I've used ratchet wrenches. I just haven't used this specific one yet. Now this is portable, kind of. I just realized we had that choke. We got that choke pulled off, and then I haven't removed it yet. So let's remove the choke now. So that choke is now out, and I believe we're going to do rear radiator mount on this thing. So we'll have to make a tunnel to go to the radiator, so this thing doesn't overheat, you know. Because the rear radiators, we got to make sure it's getting air still. So there's probably going to be some tunnel from underneath it, because this is not going to be an off-road machine. Unfortunately, I don't believe it's going to be purely off-road, because he wants it to be converted to street legal. So the rear diff is welded, and he wants us to convert that back to a normal diff. Normal differential, just a basic, forgot what gear ratio this thing is factory, but he just wants us to pretty much go back factory. That I think he's going to drive it on highway. Alright guys, so now we can get this gauge pulled out, hopefully. So we're going to just try to pull it through. Come on. Get caught on a lot of things. Vacuum, or are these coolant lines? Oh, those are it's fuel line, but it's going into the radiator. And you see, I don't think fuel line is supposed to be going into the radiator, but you know, we'll figure out what it is later. Also, there's no gas tank. I just realized. So, yeah. We'll figure that out later. Besides the point. Okay, I thought there was nuts on the other side. We got this bracket out now. Alright guys, so let's go on the other side and get the steering gearbox unhooked from the gearbox. And it's a 13 millimeter. Alright guys, so we got that right there where this thing mounts to, the line. And I don't think the line's gonna come off. Alright, so you're supposed to use line wrenches. I don't have any out here on me right now. If I you guys can tell it's dark. So we'll skip to tomorrow. Alright guys, so I got the body pulled off. Sorry I didn't get that on camera. It was really hard to do. It was really hard to pull this body off right here. by myself, using purely my strength. So I had to pull it up with my body. I don't have any lifts or anything here. But it's all apart now. Alright guys, so we got the firewall all trimmed up to hopefully be around the same size as that thing over there. So I'm gonna go actually see if it fits. Alright, what is up guys? So we're kind of mocking up the height and stuff on this right now. You did miss some parts where, you know, we set it all down because too windy for me to have my camera stand up. But we did get this cut out also, too windy for me to have my camera stand up. So that's the problem with that. That's why we didn't record that. Let me pop. Alright guys, so in the next video or episode, we are going to be building the mounting brackets, hopefully, getting the radiator installed. And then there's probably going to be one extra video of us doing all the wiring and stuff, and then it's going to be done. So subscribe if you want to see that.